Hi guys, and welcome back to the John Banks Review channel. Now, as the top selling dealer of Alpine in Cambridge, we've been excited to come to the Grand Design Show in London to see three very special cars. In fact, one of these cars has never even been out of France, and we've got an exclusive to be able to see it. In fact, the only other person that's seen it is Supercar Blondie.
Guys, I've flown to London especially for what's in that truck right there.
So let's talk about these three very exciting models. The first one we've got here, and this is a conversion. This is an Alpine 110, which in a matter of weeks has been converted to electric to see exactly what Alpine are capable of doing. And then moving around, we've also got a new Alpine 110S, but this has the very special carbon pack, which is going to soon be available to order. So if you want some more info on that, then click the link down below and chat to one of our sales executives at Cambridge. And then in the background, well, this is the pièce de résistance. This is the very special car because this is the ALPENGLOW concept car. And I can't wait to show you around all three of these models. Plus, within the last few days, Alpine has lifted the cover from its A290 Beta car, a model set to get hot hatch enthusiasts a little hot under the collar. I'll be rounding up everything we know so far. I want to electrify Alpine to preserve it for all of eternity. This is a quote by Luca Di Maio, and he is the CEO of the group Renault. And when he came to Renault, that was his goal. He didn't want Alpine to die out as a combustion-only car. He wanted to bring it into the future. And this is a design that they came up with for the 60th anniversary of the A110. So this car here is the Alpine 110 Eterniti. So this is a combustion model which in a very short amount of time has been converted to be an EV by the Alpinov, so the Alpine Innovation Centre. They've taken this car and they've just shown what they can do in such a small amount of time. And there's some really special features about this car. Let me show you them. Alpine, of course, are always proud of their heritage, and all over this car you'll find the French flag. There's also no need for an exhaust, so you won't find one on this very special car. And in its place you have an F1 inspired brake light. So if this is now a fully electric vehicle, well, what's underneath the fuel cap? A skull and crossbones, of course, because combustion is dead. Essentially, the ultimate goal for this car was to have all of the amazing features of the current combustion car, to have that performance, to have the agility that the Alpine 110 is so famous for, and to have no compromise in it being electric. Now here is something that you can actually buy. This is an Alpine 110S. So this is one of their sportiest variants. In an Atelier colour, this is actually the Sierra Blue. How fabulous does it look? It's almost a mix of like a greeny blue. I really love it. And of course, it looks even better because it's mixed together with the carbon pack. That includes the carbon front diffuser, and you've also got carbon rear spoiler. And if those aren't enough carbon for you, then they've also added a carbon roof to really make this car very special. If you don't really know much about Alpines, they really focus on being very lightweight, and that's what makes them so much fun to drive. And they've made this car even lighter by having lightweight alloy wheels. These are an upgrade as well, and they're just going to add to that feel of the car and make sure that this is a real cool sports car. Here it is. This is the extremely special ALPENGLOW concept car. And there is so much to talk about on this car. Essentially, they've taken all the elements of the Alps and they've incorporated it in it. So you'll find elements of ice, elements of fire, elements of water to stand for the hydrogen that comes from this vehicle, because it only emits water with it being hydrogen. So let's talk about the design because, wow, this thing is really, really striking. You can definitely see that F1 influence that you get from the Alpine F1 team, but of course, it's extremely futuristic. Now, these lights, something very special about these lights is the fact that we're going to start to see some elements from this vehicle onto our production Alpine cars, which doesn't seem possible. It's going to look so fantastic and so futuristic, but these lights they actually call cosmic dust. So it's supposed to make the car look like it's almost hitting light speeds and the lights are shattering. It's so beautiful. And I also love in the middle there, you've got the fin, which has forged carbon, and then you've got that light bar, and then you've almost got the shark fin on top. I absolutely love it. And then this bar here, so it flows all the way back to the rear of the car as well, which we'll talk about in a moment. The wheels are amazing, aren't they? So this is the snow element brought in from the Alps. So they're made to look like snowy mountains with the snow falling on them. And then inside, you've got this crystal part as well, like the top of a glacier mountain. They really are very, very amazing. And then coming down here, you've of course got the badging, and you can just see that fluidity of the car. That's the water element. On top of here, you've also got your mirrors. So you will have mirrors to be able to see inside the car. And just as a note, this is just a single-seater vehicle, a lot like an F1 car. My favourite part of this car is something so simple, and with so much going on, this just brings it all back to where it all started. So there's a quote here by Swann, who was the founder of Alpine, and it says, "I had fun." As you can see, you've got the continuation of the LED light bar at the front, and it runs all the way down this back fin. And this is the tip of your mountain. So this is like the sunset coming over the mountains. It looks amazing. And you can just see how aerodynamic the whole vehicle is. You can almost envision it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've got some footage of how they expect it to work. But the air glides all the way over the top of the car, comes in through the air intakes at the front, comes all the way down through here, through the bottom and out to the back. And let's talk about the back, because this really is so striking. If you thought this car from the front was spectacular to look at, then the back is really something else. You've got this glass spoiler with the Alpine nameplate on it, and then you've got these two rear lights which are just like fins coming out the back of the vehicle. It's so very cool. And also, when I mentioned earlier about that quote from the original founder of Alpine, inside there you've got a few more hidden features. You've actually got some thanks to the people that helped design this car, and I think that's such a lovely little added touch.
Lastly, as promised, here are the top things to know about the Alpine A290 announced on the 9th of May. The retro-inspired electrified hot hatch will be closely related to the forthcoming Renault 5 Electric, meaning it could have up to 250 miles of range. The production car will launch in 2024, and despite this model looking outrageous, the beta car is actually 85% accurate to the production model. Despite official stats not yet being released, the Alpine is likely to get a whole host of mechanical upgrades over its Renault counterpart.
Thank you so much for joining me today at the Grand Design Show in London. How exciting that we got this exclusive, and we can see just a peek into the future of Alpine, and we are so excited. But of course, if you wanted to be up to date with everything that Alpine are getting up to, and there is a lot, believe me, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, because I'll be bringing you all of the exclusives as soon as I know them. Let me know, which is your favourite car? Do you like the Alpine 110S? Do you like the electric Alpine 110? Or of course, do you like the very fabulous ALPENGLOW concept car? Pop it in the comments. And if you did have any Alpine related questions, then you can put those to our sales executives by following the link in the description box. Until next time, guys, bye.